Hello, comrades. This is D-Tech Fanif, and today we'll be watching Season 2, Episode 6, We Need a Horse. Hopefully, they don't hurt a horse. I already been through enough for the first season of Vinland Saga. So, yeah. But before we do, I would like to talk about the previous episode, Season 2, Episode 5, Path of Blood. And boy, do we get to see Canute from that episode, which was amazing because I was wondering what has happened to him since then. And since then, he proclaimed himself as the King of Vinland. He isn't messing around because he's part of the reason why Mercia's land is looking this bad. And I guess it used to be called, I don't remember. But anyways, Canute is making Thorkel mad because he's stopping his battles. And he's also making the priests mad because he's trying to let him betray the king that is known as Ethelred too, I think. And who knows who else Canute is pissing off at this point. But he doesn't care because he's demonstrating his power of what it means to go to war with him. So yeah, Thorkel is just drinking away his anger, not wanting to even hear about what Canute is doing. And then you have the priest who betrays King Ethelred too, and soon afterwards betrays Edmund. Why? Because Canute is going to damage more than just Mercia, and the priest actually cares for these people's lives. So, King Ethelred too and Edmund are both dead. And a few years later down the road, Canute has no rivals. So therefore, in the year of 1018, he officially becomes the King of England. And now, we get to Season 2, Episode 6. A bird! Alright, we need a horse. I'm worried. It won't hurt it, right? Ooh! You can do it! Let's go! Oh, that is one stubborn log. That must be 1,000 years old of a tree if they couldn't get that out.
馬だ。やっぱりうまいねと話になるね。しつけえなお前らも。ダメなもんはダメなんだよ。パテールさんのお許しはもらってるんです。
Yeah.
パテール？はあの奴隷上がりめ。とにかくダメだ。馬はみんな他の仕事に使うんだ。お前らに貸す余裕はねえ。おい、一頭使うぞ。ああ。大体な、お前ら奴隷は言ってみりゃ牛馬と同等なんだよ。馬のくせに土地借りて畑やるってだけでも十分生意気なのによ。
Yo, give them a darn horse. Oh, like you guys are doing any better. You guys are using a horse yourself.
旦那に直接掛け合うしかねえぜ。どうでも馬は必要なんだ。負けてやれっか。
Yeah, Einar.
旦那の力で馬を借りられたとしても、奉公人たちの機嫌は損ねる。ますます目の敵にされるぞ。
Yeah.
じゃあどうすんだよ。全部人力でやんのか？
土地を開いてからでもいいんじゃないか。並行して作物をやるのは無理だ。
トルフィン、どうしてお前はそんなにやる気がねえんだ。
Because he gave up on life.
無理でも何でも作物をやるんだ。そんでそれを旦那に売って自由の身を買い戻すんだよ。それには馬が必要なんだ。
Yeah,
元
Einar.
気だな、エイナル。ろくなもん食ってないのに。
アホ！ お前が元気なさすぎなんだよ。
話は大体分かったぞ。何しとる。こっちじゃ。来い。話をするには遠かろうが。貸しちゃろか。
は？
馬じゃよ。いるんじゃろうが。
Yes.
いりません。マジっすか。助かります。いやー。
What a nice old man.
すいません。誰ですか。
Of course you have to work for it, guys.
スベルケルじゃ。
Spherical.
つけて呼べ。
Spherical.
スベルケルさん。
Spherical.
こ
No.
の白いは
How are you saying this? No. Shush.
スベルケルじゃ。
Spherical.
つけて呼べ。
Spherical.
スベルケルさん。
Spherical.
この石拾いはいつまで。
石がなくなるまでだ。
Yep.
俺、手が止まっとる。
あ、すいません。
よかろう。
で、スベルケルさん。
Nah, you gotta do more than just that. This is a horse he's giving you, bro.
巻き割りが終わったら水汲みじゃ。急げよ。
はーい。釣り足元見られたな。
No.
やってる暇ないのに。
It takes a lot for a horse if you want him to lend you one.
家に一人で住んでんのかな。本当に貸してくれんのかな。いいようにただ働きさせられてるだけじゃないのかな。
No. I think he's a
だとして
good
も
person.
それが当たり前だろう。俺たちは奴隷なんだから。
旦那の奴隷だろう。
お前らの身の上なんぞ知らんわ。これは契約じゃ。馬を貸す代わりにわしの家の雑用をやってもらう。馬を借りるときと返すときにじゃ。わかったな。
Yep.
よーし、次行ってみよう。よいしょ。いやー、ラクシー、愉快。まさか本当に貸してくれるとは。あのじいさん、いい人だ。
This poor horse.
よいしょ。
Look at that.
そうだ、いいぞ。
This is so sad. I hate this. Horses are just slaves at the end of the day. This is so sad. First season they got abused and now they have to be slaves? Come on, dude. Let the horse be free. But I guess they did their work.
この調子ならマジで秋の種まきに間に合うかもしんないぞ。
I'm scared. Where's the old
月
man?
も貸してくんないかな、あのじいさん。車輪のついた重いやつがいいんだけ
The
ど。
old man, I feel like, is
秋
getting
に何
hurt.
の種をまくんだ。
え、そんなん麦に決まってるだろ。
Hmm.
へえ、麦は秋にまくのか。
Mm.
待て。じゃあお前畑仕事したことは。
Ah, dude, he just told you he was a warrior before.
国では畑をやるやつなんていなかったし、ガキの頃から戦働きをしてきたから。
Oh.
畑のない国。
Because he was in Iceland.
信じらんねえ。ま、いいから畑のことは俺に任せとけ。なんて言ったってプロだからよ。
ああ、
お前らその馬誰に断って持ち出したんだこれ。嫌なやつが来た。
Someone.
いや、これ黙って持ち出したんじゃない
Don't
ですよ。
say the name. Don't say the
ス
name.
ベルケルさんが貸してくれたんですよ。
Oh, why'd you say the name?
スベルケルさんですよ。この先をずっと行ったとこの。嘘こけ。
Einar.
ここにはスベルケルなんてやつはいねえんだよ。とうとう盗みやがったな。おいどれ、この馬誰から借りたって。だから スベルケルさんですよ。知らないんですか？ハゲ頭、背
Oh,
の低いおじ。
is he a... Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting. What was the name? What was the name? Cervical. Wasn't he like Snake's grandfather? Snake's grandfather, right? Yeah. I think so. It's the only one I could think of at the moment.
じいさんですよ。ハゲ頭、背の低い。
Can't fight him, can't fight him.
大旦那様か。そういや、そんな名前だったかも。お旦那。やっぱり嘘だろ。
No.
すっげえ気難しい人だ。馬なんか貸してくれるわけね。
He would if you work for him.
ケテル様のお父上だよ。
Ketel's
この
father.
農場で一番偉い人だ。
Wow. So they didn't need to have the boss. They had someone higher above him. I think. Right?
一雨来るな、こりゃ。
あの荒れ地がたった一日で人の手と桑で同じように耕すのは大変なんだろうな。
そりゃあもうこいつと馬があるとないとじゃ大違いだよ。
すごい発明だ。
本当に野良仕事を知らないな、トルフィン。何でも新鮮。
Yep.
まるででっかい
Everything's new to him. I mean, he was a warrior his whole life, so.
降ってきた降ってきた。急ごうトルフィン。
Ah! I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
お前、雨の用意はあるのか？
話をそらさんでくれ。わしは父さんの体を心配しとるんだ。
Oh, Cleus,
もう無理
okay.
の利く年じゃないんだ。
畑で死ねるなら本望じゃ。ケティルよ。お前とわしは考え方が違う。
うん？なんだお前たち、こんなところで。
どうも。
父さん、あんまり勝手なことはせんでくれ。これらはわしの奴隷だ。
And Einar and Thorfinn are gonna get sick. Get inside.
ついでじゃ、その服洗ってしまえ。
Yeah, thank you, Sir.
仲悪いんだな。
Cervical? Cervical? I think that's his
さ
name.
て、洗濯鍋はと。
Cervical.
どうした？
ヘビだ。ヘビがいる。
Yeah, because it's Cervical's grandson. Yeah, you guys are too loud.
じじい、飯作ってるだろう。一人で食おうったってそうはいかねえぞ。
起きよったか。
ん？なんだお前ら。俺に呼ばいか。
おはようございます。
He welcome
全
to
くしょう
food.
もないやつじゃ。飯時にだけ起きてきよる。
Yeah,
恥ずか
exactly.
しいと思わんのか。大の男が働きもせずによくも堂々と飯が食えるもんじゃな。
俺たちが毎晩巡回してっから農場の平和が守られてんだよ。
Oh.
だから食うもんね。ん？なんだ？何してんだ？こっち来て食えよ。飯まだだろ。
Yeah. You can eat
いい
normal.
んですか？
食え食え。遠慮するような飯じゃね
お前が言うな。座れ。働いた者はその分食うてもよい。
Yay!
泥棒なんぞお前らの手を借りんでも追い払える。わしらもノルドの男じゃ。剣や槍の心得はある。
ああ、その年でチャンバラやるってかい。
うぬぼれるなヘビよ。お前以上の使い手なんぞいくらでもおるわ。
たっかすんなよ。また倒れるぞ、おじいちゃん。実際あんたが何と言おうとな、この農場の戦力は規模に釣り合ってねえんだよ。
Too small,
俺の
huh?
手下は13人、コソ泥相手で手一杯だ。
Why not have
そうだ
Thorfinn?
な、5、60人も兵隊がいりゃ、こんな農場一コロだぜ。な、トルフィン。
Yeah, Snake knows he's a fighter.
はあ、いえ、どうでしょ
Nah, that's baloney.
ふん
You know.
泥
He
棒より
knows.
手強いものなんぞこの土地には来んわい。
わかんねえじゃんよ。そん時慌てても遅えんだぜ。
安心せえ。どうなろうともお前らに泣きついたりせんわ。
なぜここには泥棒より手強いものが来ないんですか？
ハラルド王の意向じゃ。ケティルのやつは年に2回バカにならん額の効能品を王に送っておる。それらを受け取る。
Whoa, 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 whoa. What year are we in? Because Canute is king in 1014. So what year is this? Because if we're talking about King Harold, okay, I'm confused. Why is it King Harold? I thought Canute became king, right? Unless we're talking about a different King Harold, but King Harold is Canute's brother. So what the heck is going on? What? Did I miss something? No. Because King Ethelred died. And then... No, 1018. Okay, so maybe this is 1014, right? Because in 1018, Canute became king. But wouldn't he be king because Harold wasn't there, so how the heck is he being king? Because there's only one king, right? And that was Canute. So who's Harold? No, Harold has to be the one they're talking about. I'm so confused right now. That's a lot.
王にはケティルを守る義務があるのだ。愚かなことだ。平和を金で買うようなマネを一介の農民に守りきれぬほどの土地を持つ必要がどこにある？
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but it's a possibility. Possibly Thorfinn, because if Canute became king in 1018, so this has to be in 1014, right? I'm not sure. Anyways, but if Thorfinn, because Thorfinn's strong, but what I'm thinking is it's probably the farm that land, that area for Kittel's farm, well, Severkel's farm, I don't know who, but like their family's farm can be protected if Thorfinn talks to Canute, which I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen, in order to protect the farm or that land, basically. I mean, yeah, I mean, in a way, he kind of has, in a way, like, this is Canute's way of paying him back for killing Askeladd, right? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Anyways, moving on.
どの土地を持つ必要がどこにある？
実際に農場を守ってんのは俺らだっつうの。
大きすぎる富は災いを呼ぶ。
無視かよ。
富を増やしては失うことを恐れを和らげるために金を使い、また稼ぐ。その虚しさにあのバカ息子は気づかん。
That's why I said Thorfinn can help, right?
ジジイは説教くせったら。お、さーて、今日も警備に行ってくっかな。
もう来るなよ。
来なきゃ来ないで寂しがるくせに。
とっとと失せろ。
His grandpa must be a tsundere.
変な二人だったな。実の親子より馬が合ってるみたいだ。
うん。今日はなんだかいろいろなことを学んだような気がする。
Good. You deserve to.
よかったな。でかい赤ちゃん。
それやめてくれ。
Overgrown baby. Just kidding. Oh, I love this soundtrack.
大きすぎる富か。
もっとまんべんなく巻いていいぜ。
え？これだけしかないんだろ。
大丈夫だって。ガバッと行け、ガバッと。
Yeah, listen to the farmer.
ダチ？
え、嘘。
Mm-hmm.
なんだよそれ。
Yeah, you guys were forced to be friends from the beginning, right? Aww.
いや友達だ
I love this. I love this series. If you couldn't tell, well, I'm saying it now. Alright, so from this episode, obviously Einar and Thorfinn are mistreated among all the other slaves for some reason, because I guess they're new. Which, well, I think it's pretty dumb, but whatever. That's kind of what they're gonna do, so. I don't care for the other slaves, I only care for Einar and Thorfinn. And they've been moving stumps for quite some time without horses, which is difficult. You know what? First season kind of sucked because horses were being abused. So I was scared it was going to do it once again for season 2. Luckily it didn't. Because the horses are being used as slaves. Which, to be honest, I think they're very helpful in situations like these. But I do feel bad for horses that have to get stumps out like that. But it makes sense because they are pretty strong compared to these two. And Einar wasn't going to take this crap. And he was like, no, we're going to talk to the master Kettle to give us a horse. Except the only problem is if they did that, they would cause more problems with the other slaves who mistreat Thorfinn and Einar already. So, in a way, they're not even getting enough food as it is. So their strength is like downhill. But anyways, luckily, they met Silverkill. I'm not sure I'm saying this right. But he has Thorfinn and Einar helping him out, and they soon get a horse thanks to this. And every time they use the horse, they have to do chores for Silverkill, which I think it's fair because lending a horse is very valuable, in my opinion. So the fact that they're doing chores like that when Einar getting annoyed and feeling like they're getting taken advantage of, sure, but like it makes sense from my point of view. So yeah, but it's not bad because they gained a horse. They also had dinner as well as getting taken care of by Silverkill, who I believe is actually the owner of that farm, and which is why Kettle is the next one to take care of that farm. And Kettle's son is probably supposed to, but he doesn't want to, which is Olam. I don't remember his name, but I'll probably remember next time. But yeah, and then there's Snake, who is Silverkill's grandson. And I feel like Silverkill and Snake have a better relationship than Silverkill and Kettle. And it's probably because Kettle is using up all his money to pay tribute to King Harold. And I'm not sure if this King Harold is Canute's brother, because I was pretty sure from the anime, from the previous episode, like from a season ago, Prince Canute became king, right? Maybe he didn't. Maybe he had to kill King Harold, because I found out that that is his older brother. So maybe he did die. And if I had to guess, Canute probably had to be in some way involved in his killing by poisoning something, because that's what happened to King Ethelred and to King Edmund. So I'm guessing that happened the same thing, just the same situation, you know? So, yeah, that's what I believe. Maybe it is a different Harold they're talking about, but I'm pretty sure they're talking about Canute's brother. And then you also have And I'm pretty sure this is before Canute became king, because he became king in 1018, and if I remember correctly, we were in 1014, so this is happening in 1014. And then I also have another theory where this farm that's being protected based on the tribute that they're paying, I believe that over the years, Thorfinn will care enough about this land and probably talk to Canute into protecting that land, which might happen. I don't know. I don't really know. But in a way, I kind of feel like Canute should, because, I mean, he did kill Askeladd. Thorfinn has, yeah, that was kind of, I don't know. I feel like that was heartbreaking. I mean, he did lose his father, and then he did lose Askeladd, which I feel like Thorfinn, it was like a complicated situation, because I couldn't tell if Thorfinn loved Askeladd, cared for Askeladd, or if he hated Askeladd. It was a complicated feeling he was having. So, anyways, yeah. Oh yeah, and Thorfinn is learning a lot of things about the farm, which is great. And Einar is now nicknaming him as the overgrown baby, which sounds, it sounds kind of funny to me. But yeah, so that's what happened so far. And Thorfinn didn't think that him and Einar were friends, but Einar confirms that they are friends, which he really does need a friend. Because now that I think about it, he didn't really have a friend. I mean, he wasn't even close to Canute. So, yeah, because his friends were back on Iceland. Because once he tried to take revenge on Askeladd, he didn't really grow up having friends, because he was so focused on his vengeance, you know? So, yeah. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this episode, and I'll see you comrades later. So, have a wonderful, beautiful, and an amazing day. Not kidding, comrades. Love you. Bye.